think vaguely is going to solve the problems of violence when the laws are not being upheld. Let's enforce the laws and let people critical think what they should hear, what they should not, what is good and what is bad, because morality is in every single one of us, ladies and gentlemen, every single individual, and the only way we can tackle those problems if it is in the open, ladies and gentlemen. If there's an opposition to the bad things of freedom of speech, if there's an opposition to bad problems that happen in society. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, apparently the gay couple walking down the streets of, say, Ayyappa can fend off, not the physical abuse, but just the constant harassment from, say, members of Golden Dawn through their education. They can throw books at them and prove to them through logical arguments why they have equal rights to the members of Golden Dawn before they get beaten up or try to run away. We really don't think that side proposition has painted a clear picture of the cases we mean when we would say we'd tolerate restrictions on the freedom of speech, and they just proposed anyone being able to say whatever we like because we don't want the state holding our hand. We're not holding the hand of the people talking. We're holding the hand of the people who feel oppressed in their everyday life. We're holding the hand of the people who can't express their opinion in fear of retaliation. We are promoting pluralism. We are the ones promoting the freedom of expression, ultimately, in the end of the day. And because we believe that the freedom of speech needs to be protected and not abused, we would beg to oppose the motion here today. Now, we believe this debate fell under two main areas. Firstly, what is the duty of the state and how do we balance these rights? And secondly, what the impact of unlimited free speech is. So moving on to the first question of what is the duty of the state? Now, we were pretty clear on our side. We're not giving you a model. We're not giving you what the best restrictions possible are. We're just saying that restrictions should be there because we have an obligation to protect citizens, especially for the vulnerable, not just from the physical abuse which might occur from the speech, but from the speech itself. They completely denied this and gave us this point about how speech might not lead to abuse. Even then, speech itself can still be abused. And then they told us that, well, restrictions are only aimed at a minority. And we don't quite understand what they were referring to. Was this minority the minority of cases of people who abuse, or do you just not care that the victims are too small a number to speak out for themselves and toughen up as you wanted them to do so? So, moving on, they set the grounds for this debate by banning all types of speech, even if it does incite violence, even if it might cause death in very obvious ways, and even if it's just completely untrue. Apparently, under them, you're not even liable if you lie about lie about something someone has done. They lose their job, they get a divorce. It's not in any way substantiated. That's something they're actually fine with. It doesn't have to do with any kind of responsibility you're supposed to be taught. But apparently, we need to wait for enough people to lie about other people to learn not to tell lies. Didn't quite get that point. No, thank you. Then they told us that society, through the state, can't impose this kind of restriction in any case because morals aren't constant and values change. And that's true, and that sounds very nice in theory. But let's talk about the cases of direct, terrible, and great enough harm from this kind of speech. I mean, do we really think that the reasons... No, thank you. Why we don't tolerate, say, Golden Dawn's opinions that immigrants aren't human is because we haven't gotten used to this very controversial opinion yet. And maybe if we tolerate it for a few more decades, we're going to warm up to the idea that some humans are lesser humans. No, we don't really think so. Some opinions change, but some just don't. No? Sorry. And so we don't believe that that issue stands. Right, and then they told us that, well, we can't trust the state to impose certain regulations because these are controversial ideas. And you know what? We're not restricting controversial ideas. We're okay with art that might provoke, fruitful discussion. We're not okay with, say, the Virgin Mary in Northern Ireland being doused in blood, causing a potential refueling of conflict, which took a very, very long time to ease up. Religious conflict which leads to people being harmed and destroys the kind of peaceful and more, educated discussion, which we would prefer. When people feel personally insulted and personally threatened, they don't tend to sit down and say, well, let's talk about why I feel you might be willing to take my life for your views, please. Now, so at the same time, there was also a bit of a contradiction. They don't trust the state to make these kind of value judgments because values change, but they said that the state has the obligation to take not the easy route and educate based on values. So what are they proposing? They told us that the state has more of an obligation to uproot prejudices and create a mentality change. The same state, which they don't trust, to create mentality changes through laws. You know what? Even if you don't accept our mentality and ethical point of our case, we still believe that it's not subjective, that the state has to take a certain stance on human rights, not feeling abused every day of your life because of things you hear other people say. No, thank you. Whoa. Okay, so moving on to the impact of the motion of unlimited free speech. Sorry. Now, they said that that by having unlimited free speech, we're creating people with critical opinions. They didn't quite tell us how they're doing, so we gave you many reasons about how hearing this abuse isn't probably going to make you go to the library. And you know what? I don't think immigrants are less people, but when I'm in the bus and I hear someone from Golden Dawn swearing at an immigrant, I'm not going to speak up. I'm not an immigrant, and I'm not a part of a minority. Why am I not going to speak up? Firstly, I don't want to get involved because I'm slightly afraid. And secondly, I'm probably going to dismiss it as something of a stupid opinion. And the truth is that that's how these opinions grow. No one pays much attention to them. No one restricts them. People are afraid, and that's how they get into parliament a few years later with 8% of the vote. Now, they told us that, well, people aren't 5 years old, but you know what? Not everyone has access to awesome education like the people in this room. Let's be honest, a lot of people may have walked out of the room if I made this very speech in Ayupa de Leimona. You can't make distinctions of a state based on the fact that everyone is smart. If that's true, we wouldn't need education in the first place. And then they told us that, well, it's actually stopping violence, because when you regulate when you regulate speech, you're alleviating the burden, because you're also saying that it's the person who makes the speech who's also partly responsible. Yeah, that doesn't mean that you're going to stop placing blame on the person who actively punches someone. That person is still being punished just as much. But you're also punishing the ideology which promoted the violence. And we think that's the kind of thing which will discriminate against that ideology, which harms people in the long run. And that could cause fruitful discussion in a room on BBC Hard Talk, in a room like this, but not outside on the streets, where someone who's just stronger than you can punch the hell out of you. We don't think that's fruitful discussion. So because we believe that the state does have an obligation to protect the impacts of this and not the impacts of the kind of speech we have in this room right now, we would beg to oppose the motion here today.
Ladies and gentlemen, freedom of speech is one of those things that we all know we have. It's one of the things that we all value as individuals. It's one of these things that allow me to speak here today. However, I have some restrictions. I'm not allowed to say some things. And the reason for this is because freedom of speech needs to be protected and not abused. And this is why we are here opposing this motion. So today, we came to your side opposition with three main arguments. I came and talked to you about our duty to protect. Then I analyzed our restrictions prevent harm. And then Elisa came up here and elaborated on how unrestricted freedom of speech undermines public discourse. And this debate has boiled down to two main questions. Firstly, whether the state can restrict freedom of speech, and secondly, whether unrestricted freedom of speech is beneficial. So as to the first question about whether the state can restrict freedom of speech. Well, with the clash we had in this debate is about whether there's an obligation to protect certain individuals or whether there's an obligation to create critical thinkers. Well, what we heard in all three speeches until now from the proposition is that right now they base themselves on a society which is quite perfect, a society where they all have such great education, where you all go to libraries when you want to find out new things. You all read books when you hear something from Chrysiavji, from Golden Dawn, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that this is not true. We believe that we don't live in this society. We believe that we live in a society with Individuals don't try to find out new things. In a society where you won't read the extra book to find out what fascism is really about. We believe that the role of the state is not to create critical thinkers. It's to protect the rights of individuals in its society. And yes, obviously, this protection requires certain restrictions. This protection requires certain restrictions as with any other right. From the moment that there are such significant harms to other individuals, harms to society as a whole, to the minority that we must protect because they are so vulnerable, we believe that we must protect them because they cannot protect themselves. So that's the second question about whether unrestricted freedom of speech is beneficial. Well, the answer to this depends on what type of society you really want. Well, on side opposition, we want a society which respects its citizens' freedoms and rights. Well, we agree with side opposition on this. However, there's a fundamental difference between the two sides. And this difference relies on the fact that we want it for everyone, ladies and gentlemen. We want everyone to enjoy their right to freedom of speech, their right to express themselves as individuals. However, this right under society cannot exist with unlimited freedom of speech because it in fact hinders the minority. With an unlimited freedom of speech, you have the majority forcefully expressing their views. You're having them causing a sense of insecurity for the minority. Ladies and gentlemen, this sense of insecurity significantly harms the minority, and it deters them from presenting their own view, ladies and gentlemen. We believe that that's exactly what freedom of speech isn't about. This is exactly what doesn't bring about pluralism, because pluralism is about having different views. However, under their model, under having unrestricted freedom of speech, you don't have these other views, because they do feel this sense of insecurity, this sense of fear, and therefore they do not express it. We tell you that the harm is too great because the Pakistani can't express his right. He can't express his right to freedom of speech, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, from the moment that there's such significant harm to these individuals and to society as a whole, because society requires social cohesion, therefore, we believe that we are here opposing this motion because freedom of speech needs to be protected and not abused. We are here opposing. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, being my last week for my debate years, I'm here to prove to you why this side of the House is actually correct. Ladies and gentlemen, the brief image of this debate has been actually the following. We had a team opposition that would regulate without knowing what and how, and it would also create an elitist viewpoint as it would allow Mr. Dorkin to talk to an audience of Christians about atheism, but wouldn't allow my humble opinion to be heard. Whereas on the other hand, we had a team government which was realistic and transparent, ladies and gentlemen. If I prove to you, I will summarize this point on 3 grounds. Is a model justifiable? 1. Is their model beneficial? 2. And are we morally obliged to take action? 3. If I prove to you all these 3 points, then, ladies and gentlemen, we should take action. Now, moving on to the first point. Is our model really justifiable? Ladies and gentlemen, we've shown to you, first of all, how restrictions are unnecessary, because anyway, the overwhelming majority will actually not go and do the things that are right now restricted. We're talking about the fringes. We're talking about this minority that would actually go and harass people or would actually go and restrict what you haven't really told us about. Secondly, we've told you that this measure of restriction is in fact unfair. Why is it unfair? Because it gives certain groups a better treatment than other groups. And we've told you the example, ladies and gentlemen, when Muslims are actually, they feel that they are insulted, they actually go and bomb places, they actually go and attack. Whereas where Christians, for instance, are insulted, we see that there is no action taken on behalf of the government, which to our mind seems like a discrimination on the other side of the table. And thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, we feel that this is completely arbitrary because we haven't seen any logical explanations why some things should be restricted and others shouldn't. And if there isn't a logical explanation, ladies and gentlemen, we, the humble minds of team government, believe that a government can use this excuse to impose more and more things. And what we heard as a response to this was that laws are generally abused. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, general laws are generally abused, but this law, as I've told you, addresses to a specific minority, addresses the fringes. And these fringes, even if the law is there, will not refrain from doing that because they get glorified by doing this, because they get glorified by actually objecting to this very law, ladies and gentlemen, as my partner already explained to you. Now, moving on to the second argument, to the second question. Is our model beneficial? Ladies and gentlemen, through our model, we've told you that we expose all the ideas. We give all of the ideas an equal opportunity. We educate people, the vast majority of people, how? Because by expressing the extremist ideas, we actually make them take a stand. Because if they cannot tolerate these extremist ideas, they have to take a stand, ladies and gentlemen. This is how we educate. And what they answered is that violence occurs. Ladies and gentlemen, violence occurs, and would occur anyway, because if we restrict freedom of speech, violence would be the immediate next solution, ladies and gentlemen. So therefore, we don't see how their point stands. And moving on to the third question, are we morally obliged? Ladies and gentlemen, we are. And we are because we know. We know that we are imperfect. We know that morals are not the same in different times and in different places, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, what we restrict now might be what we would not have restricted. And history might not be on our side at the end of the day. We do not want that today. And secondly, lastly, we want to make people standalone agents. This is imperative in an age where the internet is there, rampant and unrestricted, ladies and gentlemen. How would these people survive if we, the government, haven't taught them the techniques to do so? And ladies and gentlemen, this team hasn't even given our model a chance. What we want them to do is give our model a chance. So for all these reasons, and because we tick all boxes, we should take action. Thank you.
I'd like to ask Ms. Valerie Bodington from Campion to present the finalists in duet acting, dramatic.
Finalists for duet acting dramatic. First up is from Campion, Irene and Isabella Vioni.
Teach Me How to Cry by Patricia Judry, adapted by us. Oh, swear not by the moon, oh, inconstant moon, that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable. Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry. and I'll believe thee.
Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too sudden, too unadvised, too late the lightning which doth cease to be, ere one can say it lightens. Good night, parting is such sweet sorrow.
Romeo, Romeo, here's drink, I drink to thee.
Two households, both alike in dignity.
Where ancient grudge breaks to new mutiny.
Parents drive, 2 hours traffic, unclean.
Death might love, star-crossed lovers, Verona. I want to play Juliet. 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 Pick me, pick me, pick me! This is a story about...
This story is about
a
Juliet.
Girl. No, it's about a girl wanting to play the part of Juliet.
I thought it was Juliet wanting to play the part of a girl.
Anyway, it's up to you.
Oh, no, Polly, of course I like talking to you, but I mean, couldn't we have talked out in the garden?
Your mother will be all right, Melinda.
Yeah, I know she will, but I mean, she'll wonder why I left so quickly. Why were you hiding out there anyway?
I wasn't hiding.
I thought you seemed to be crying, too.
What a silly little thing you are. But I like you anyway, Melinda. I'm going to have a party soon, a big party, and I'd like you to come.
I'd love to.
And then the boys will ask you out.
No, I don't care about that.
Oh, of course not. You've got Will, haven't you? Your best friend? I suppose you and Will are terribly in love.
No, it isn't anything like that.
Isn't it?
Polly, would you like to come over to my house, too?
I'd adore to. You'll share things back and forth. That's what friends are for, isn't it, Melinda? To share things back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Melinda, you know what you said up on the bandstand? You said you thought I wanted the part of Juliet?
Yeah.
And I said I didn't care about playing Juliet. Well, that was because I wasn't sure if you were my friend or not.
Oh.
Because the truth of the matter is, I would love to play Juliet because I have a more or less personal reason. I suppose if you knew I wanted the part, you wouldn't have accepted it, would you?
Well,
would you, Melinda? Not if I was your friend and you knew I wanted it. You said that. You said that yesterday. You said you were sorry. Well, if you're really sorry, if you dropped out now for some reason, there are plenty of reasons for you to drop out. Rehearsals have barely started and I know the whole part off by heart. It must be a bore for you anyway, having to rehearse while Will is waiting for you to go up to the bandstand. Doesn't he, Melinda? Doesn't he wait for you every day and you got there together?
No, not every day.
Yes, every day. It's every day and I know because I've seen you.
Well,
Now, we don't have to argue about that anything. All you have to do is drop out of the play and we'll never have to mention the bandstand again.
I couldn't do that, Polly. I'd have no reason to drop out of the play.
I just told you the reason.
You're only teasing me, aren't you? I mean, you know that my mom's nearly made all the costumes, and Mr. Chelsea wouldn't understand. I mean, how could he? I don't understand. I don't understand at all what you... unless you were crying out there. But why? Is it because your mom didn't come?
Shut up!
Polly...
Shut up! Shut up!
It is, isn't it? Look, I understand about some stuff. Polly, what's wrong with you lately? You seem so upset all the time. Could you please sit down at least, please? You know you can talk to me, right? You know that. There's no reason to... Polly...
Parting is sorrows. Parting is such sorrow. Parting is sweet. Damn it!
Practicing, are we?
Oh, hi, Mom.
You do know that you have to be perfect, right? You can't mess us up. You were born to play Juliet.
I've been working all night.
Okay, then. Let's hear it.
Sorry?
I want to hear it.
Oh, swear not by the moon. Oh, inconstant moon.
The inconstant moon.
Yeah, the inconstant moon. That changes monthly in the orb.
You're leaving words out, Polly.
That's allowed. It's acting. You can ad-lib and improvise.
You cannot ad-lib Shakespeare.
No, I'm sorry.
This is Juliet, the girl who's irrevocably in love with her only enemy.
I mean, where is the love, the passion, the feeling in your words? I've got to get the words right before I do that.
Listen to me. You're approaching this all wrong. You have to treat Juliet like, I don't know, like she's real, like she's your best friend. You have to know her deep, dark secrets.
You're taking this way too seriously, Mom. It's just a school play.
If you don't get in this play, I'm going to be extremely disappointed in you.
Mom.
Listen to me. I brought you up to excel in life and be the best of the best. I mean, all my life, your father and I have been there for you and supported you in whatever you wanted to do. And you can give me this one little thing in return? Huh? I mean, all those acting classes we paid for and all those singing lessons we made you go to. I mean, and this is the thing.
Shut up! Just shut up! All you do is talk, talk, talk. You don't say anything.
What did you say?
I just told you to shut your...
Respect is key in life, darling. Always remember that.
Polly, it's all going to be okay. I mean, there's no reason to cry about it. It's all...
What do you know about it? Your mother wouldn't come to the play. But mine would. And so would my father. They'd bring all their friends and they'd look at me and see me there. Please, Melinda. Please. Please let me be in the play. It's easy for you. Please.
I want to be your friend. But
My friend. Would you like to know something, Melinda Grant? I've never hated anybody in this whole world as much as I hate you. Now, I'll give you one last chance. You drop out of that play or I'll tell everybody everything about you and Will Henderson.
There isn't anything to tell.
There's plenty. There's lots to tell. And I'll start tonight. Go away. And you'll be sorry. You'll be sorry.
Oh, stop it! Okay, just stop it! You can't just talk to me like that, okay? You said you were my friend. You do not know. You just don't know what it means to have a friend, do you? You must have never have had a friend.
You slag!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's my fault. Thank you.
Okay, now the next second finalist for duet acting dramatic are from St. Lawrence. It's 371392 Gerasimos Lorandos and Nikos Sadikos.
Why am I chained? Hello? Can anybody hear me? Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Oh my God. Oh, don't touch me! Who are you? Is this some kind of joke? Some sick, twisted joke? Joke's over. When does it end? End? It ends when you want it to end, of course. Well, then end it now. Unchain me. Release me. Who are you? Answer me. Who are you? Is the answer to who I am more important than the answer to why you're here? Then why am I here? Just tell me. Please, I'll give you anything. You have to let me go. Please. You don't have to do this. Marvelous! Look at you. Take you out of your comfort, your safety, your sanity. I breathe no walls of restriction. What's left? A man? No. An animal. You're like a bird tethered to a twig, waiting for the sun to set you. Look at you. Always sitting. Always sitting. What are you talking about? Why am I here? Please, just tell me, why am I here? God, no. To bring back Lenore, don't you see? Only you can bring her back. I need you. Lenore. Who's Lenore? Yes. Lenore. The rest the Raven will handle. The Raven? Yes. The Raven.
The Cask of Amontillado and the Raven.
By Edgar Allan Poe. There I was, holding my sweet Lenore, her corpse writhing with leeches and maggots, her eyes seeming with a life that was once staring down my now lost soul. She was gone forever. But then he heard a tapping on his chamber door. A visitor? At this time of night. Just one moment. Wait. Someone has to be there. But when I opened my chamber door, there was darkness. And nothing more. With my heart now beating and my mind now reeking with dreams that no mortal has ever dreamt before, I diverted my attention to an object not far from my direction, where I examined horrors I had never seen before. There before me stood a raven, always sitting, always sitting. Deep into the darkness, peering us to there, wondering, fearing for my lost Lenore. But finally I broke the silence with a croak of violence, and I thrust my arm into the earth for the bird to retreat into the darkness. But there it stood, ominously glaring, guessing and expressing his vile thoughts for Lenore. I swear it was smiling as I thought of Lenore, and it whispered, don't you see? I need you. Only you can bring her back. Don't you get it? Look, I sympathize. What does this story have to do with me? You don't get it, do you? The Raven, Lenore, it's all linked. I need you to bring her back. But I can't. I can't do anything. Why me? Why me? Because you're perfect. Don't you get it? The Raven, it symbolizes death and evil. There's a Raven within all of us. We each have the potential to be something evil and corrupt. You have taken that path. No, I haven't. You are young, rich, selfish, and greedy. You take power fervently and fathom it under your wings. It was a mistake, you see. She was admitted to die. Her raven, her soul. It was a... No. You deserve to die. No, I don't. A soul for a soul, a wrong for a right. If I backed on your cage and released the bird within you, Lenore, she can return to me, don't you see? Don't you get it? No, you've lost grips of reality. You can't trade a life for a life. You can't do this. Why won't you let me go? Why won't you let me go? You're gonna come back. You're gonna Why won't this chain come loose? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Please! You're coming back now, Lenore. You're gonna come back. Lenore! Lenore! I did it! I killed him! You can come back now! Lenore! Lenore! Lenore!
Before him stood a raven, always sitting, always sitting. Deep into the darkness peering, he stood there wondering, fearing for his lost Lenore.
No! No! You can't be here! No!
He swore was smiling, smiling as he thought of Lenore, and it whispered, "Nevermore."
Thank you.
The third finalist in duet acting dramatic is from Mandalides. And the number is 9209, Aliki Karkala and Elena Siombatsi.
My Lord, you must welcome this God into our city, for he is a mighty God in many other ways. The people say, so I've heard, he's that God that gives to mortal human beings, that wine that puts an end to human grief. For without wine, there is no more Aphrodite, nor any other pleasure left for men. The Bacchae by Euripides. And then we saw them, 3 groups of dancing women. One of them, Otomoi led. Agave led the second group, and Ino led the third. They were all asleep, some leaning back on leafy boughs of pine, resting on the ground, no modesty. They weren't drunk on wine or on the music. Once she heard Mahon catlowing. Your mother stood up in the middle of those Bacchae and then called them to steer their limbs from sleep.
They wrapped refreshing sleep out of their eyes and stood up straight there. A marvelous sight. Women young and old and still unmarried girls. They let their hair loose, then tied off the fawn skins. Then, around those skins, there lived some snakes who licked the women's cheeks. Some held young gazelles or wild wolf cubs and fed them on their own white milk. The ones who'd left behind at home a newborn child whose breasts were still swollen, full of milk. They draped themselves with garlands from elk trees, ivy, and flowering yew. And then, a woman, using her fiercest the ground, at once the golden fountains of wine up from the spot. Oh, if you'd seen this, my lord, you'd come with reverence to that God whom you criticize so much. Well, we, herders and shepherds, met to discuss and argue with each other about the astonishing things we'd seen. And then a man who had a way with words said to us all, you, men, who live in the holy regions of these mountains, how would you like to hand down Pentheus' mother, Agave, to all of us? He seemed to make good sense. So we set up an ambush, hiding in the bushes, lying down there. At the appointed time, the women started the Bacchic ritual. Agave, by chance, was dancing close to me. Leaving the ambush where I'd been concealed, I jumped out, hoping to grab hold of her. You could have seen one reaping a fat, young, lollipop above. Others tearing cows in pieces with their hands. You could have seen reeds and cloven hooves both everywhere. Eyes pouring their bodies were stripped off faster than you could blink your own eye, smashing everything, smashing children from their homes. The sight of what happened next, my lord, was dreadful. For the pointed spears did not drop blood. But when those women threw the furs in their hands, they wounded them and drove them back in flight. The women did this to men, but not without some God's assistance. Then they went back to where they had started from and washed off the blood. Snakes licked their cheeks, cleansing the skin of every drop. My lord, you must welcome this God into our city. Come now, make a circle around the tree. His priestess mother first began the slaughter. Pentheus, or his headband, so wretched. Agave would recognize him. She wouldn't. It's me, mother. Pentheus, your child. Pity me, mother. Don't kill your child. But Agave was foaming in the mouth, eyes rolling in the socket. She didn't listen. She was possessed in a very frenzy. seized his left arm, right below the elbow, pushed her foot against the poor man's ribs, and tore his shoulder out. As long as Penfield was still alive, he kept on screaming. All about her. Attacked as well. One branded. Another branded an arm. As for the poor victim's head, his mother stumbled in it. Her hands picked it up, then stuck it on its fiercest. Now she carries it around Kitharon as though it were some wild lion's head. She's coming here, inside these very walls. As for me, I'm leaving this disaster before Agavi gets back home again. Thank you.
And the fourth and final duet acting dramatic is from St. Lawrence. 381385, Nick Poulos and Sergei Kompani.
Biffy, I got a surprise for you.
What is it, but tell me.
It's nothing. It's just something I thought you should have. See for yourself.
How come you got me a football, Pa?
My boy's got to practice on a regulation
Thanks.
ball. Listen,
Yeah?
Biffy, you nervous about the game on Sunday?
Not if you're going to be there. You know, just for you and for everyone to see, I'm going to break 2 touchdowns.
That's my boy. I'm sure you will. Listen, Biffy,
Yeah?
when you kick that ball,
Okay.
I want a 70-yard boot
All right.
straight down the line.
Okay.
And when you hit hard and hit
Okay,
hard.
Pa, let me
You got
try.
it, Biffy?
Let me try.
This is important. That's my son. I'm so proud of him. He's going to be everything I wanted him to be. He's going to be magnificent.
Look at that. Well done, Biffy.
Thanks, Pa. This is the story about the charming allure of the American dream.
A story about a man who believed that happiness can only be achieved through success.
This is the story about a father and a son who were separated in that quest for happiness.
A story about the shattered ambitions
Of
2
two
unrealized
unrealized men. Death of a salesman.
By Arthur Miller. We had it out, Pa. Things are not the same anymore. I'm leaving and I'm not writing anymore. People ask you where I am, what I'm doing. You don't know. You don't care. That way it's going to stay off your mind and you can start brightening up again, all right? That clears it, doesn't it? That clears it, eh? What'd you say?
There's no necessity
Pa,
to mention.
you're never going to see me again. There's no use in arguing. If I strike oil, I'll send you a check. Meantime, forget I'm alive. Spike! Shake hands, Dad.
Not my hand.
I was hoping not to go this way.
Yeah, well, this is the way you're going. Goodbye. May you run it out if you leave this house!
Exactly what is it that you want from me?
How I get to know. On the train, in the valleys, on the mountains, wherever you go. You cut down your life for spite.
No.
Spite!
No.
Spite is the word of your undoing. And when you're down and out, remember what did it. But don't you dare blame it on me.
I'm not blaming it on you.
I won't take the rap for this, you hear?
That's just what I'm telling you.
Don't think I don't know what you're trying to do. You're trying to put a knife in me.
All right, phony. Then let's lay it on the line.
What
Oh,
is it?
leave it there. Don't move it.
I
You know
am-
goddamn well what that is. You've seen it before. The mice didn't bring it into the cellar. What is this supposed to do? Is this supposed to make a hero out of you? Is killing yourself going to make me feel sorry for you? Because there'll be no pity for you. You heard? No pity.
You hear this?
No, Pa. You're gonna hear the truth. What you are and what I am. Spike! The man don't know who we are. The man's gonna know. We never told the truth for 10 minutes in this house.
Oh, well, I'm practically...
You're practically full of it. We all are, and I'm through with this. Now hear this, Willie. This is me.
I know you.
You know why you couldn't contact me for 3 months? I stole a suit in Kansas City and I was in jail. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. I'm through with this. And I never got anywhere because you blew me so full of this hot air that I could never stand taking orders from anybody.
I suppose that's my fault.
That's just full it is.
I heard that.
It's goddamn time here now. I have to be boss big shot in 2 weeks, and I'm through with this.
Then hang yourself. For spite, hang yourself.
Nobody's gonna hang himself, not Willie. I ran down 11 flights with a pen in my hand today. Do you hear this? And in the middle of the building, I stopped and I saw the sky and the things that I love in this world. The work, the food, and the time to sit and smoke. And I thought to myself, what the hell am I grabbing this for? What am I doing in an office trying to make a contemptuous, begging fool out of myself when all I want is out there the minute I say I know who I am? Now, why can't I say that, Pa?
And don't you, your life is wide open.
Papi, I'm a dime a dozen, and so are you. I am not a dime a dozen. I am Willie Loman, and you are Bill Loman.
You were never but a hard-working drummer who landed in the ash can like all the rest of them. I'm $1 an hour, Pa. Do you gather my meaning? $1 an hour. I'm not bringing home prizes anymore, and you're gonna stop waiting for them.
You vengeful, spiteful, not.
Pop, I'm nothing. Can't you understand that?
There's no spite anymore. I'm just what I am.
What are you doing, Biffy?
Will you let me go, for Christ's sake? Will you let that phony American dream of yours burn before something goes wrong?
Biffy.
No. We cannot go on like this, then. I'm going and I'm not writing anymore. Go to bed, Pop.
Isn't that remarkable?
Biffy came to me.
He's going to be big. He's going to do everything that I wanted him to do. He's going to be magnificent. I just can't let him go.
He has to let me go.
I just want what's best for him.
The man don't know who we are.
I just need a little more time, a little more money.
I just want to be happy.
Yeah, he can make it big. Everyone's going to be so proud of him.
I just want to work with my hands.
He's going to be magnificent.
I'm a dime a dozen.
Hey, Biffy, I've got a surprise for you.
What is it, Pa? Tell me.
It's nothing. It's just something I thought you should have.
How come you got me a football, Pa? Thanks.
My boy's got
No, not if you're going to be there, you know. Just for you and for everyone to see, I'm going to break 2 touchdowns. Yeah?
I'm
Yeah,
sure
okay.
you will, Biffy.
All right.
Listen, when you hit that ball, I want a 70-yard boot.
Let me try, Pa. Let me try.
Hit hard and hit low.
Let me
You
try.
got it, Biffy. It's going to be magnificent.
I'm a dime a dozen. Thank you.
And a couple of honourable mentions from Hive, 180 and 191, Nina Francescaki and Anna Nazu. And an honourable mention for Mandalides, 91 and 113, Natasha Karansanasi and Phyllis Zelilidu.
Could I ask Mrs. Despina Sarandidu from Mandalides to present the finalists in duet acting comic, please?
Now, our first finalist for duet acting comic is from Moretti School. Numbers 41, 47, Natalia Riga, Theodoros Tamvakis.
This is Macbeth,
With a little sense and sensibility.
and a little something in between.
I am Natalie.
I am Theo. We will proceed no further in this business. You have honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which will be now on in their newest gloss. Not cast aside as soon.
Was the whole drunk when you dressed yourself? Haven't slept since and wakes it now. You feared to be the same in your own act and valor as you are in desire. Would you leave a coward in your esteem, letting I dare not stand upon? I would.
I dare do all, become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you did it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. No time or place did they not hear, and yet you would make both. They've made themselves, and that, and makes you.
Well, if we should fail?
We fail, but turn your cards to sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, his two chamberlains with wine shall I convince that memory is a fume, and they will lie as in death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan?
Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those two sleepy chamberlains and use their own daggers that they have done it? Huh?
Who dares receive it otherwise? As we shall make a grief and clamour raw upon his death.
Well, I am settled and bent each part of my body to this terrible fit. Away! And mock this time with a fairest show. False face must hide what false heart doth know.
Sorry, did we switch place? Are we now doing Tarzan? Janie's waiting.
Have you heard yourself? You sounded like a dated actress delivering a dated version of a dated Greek tragedy. We're big. I should disappointment to the audience. Sorry, folks.
We were so determined to put up a dramatic piece, given the situation Greece is in.
What situation is that?
You know, with a crisis and everything.
Well, obviously. We were inspired by all the gloom around us and decided to present Macbeth. It was most appropriate.
But we failed miserably, didn't we? This is so frustrating. Please, have patience, kind audience.
Natalie. We abandoned Shakespeare, remember?
Oh, yes. I got carried away for a moment there. You know, my talent is naturally inclined towards drama.
Well, how about you give us a second chance? Are we okay with this? You in the back? Are you in?
Oh, you won't regret it. After all, we traveled
so many miles. We really want to be part of this competition.
And win.
And what a pity it is that Edward doesn't like reading.
Who is Edward?
What a pity it is that Edward doesn't like reading.
Are you Edward? Not much, I've heard it myself.
Theo, Sense and Sensibility, scene 33, interior, night.
Ah, it was you who asked him to read, and then you made him nervous.
Me?
But your behavior to him, in all other respects, is perfectly cordial. So he must assume you like him, in spite of his deficiencies.
I think of him everything that's amiable and worthy.
Praise indeed.
You shall have my unwavering devotion when you tell me he's to be my brother. How shall I do without you?
Do without me?
I am sure you will be very happy, but you must promise not to live too far away.
Mary Ann. There is no question of, that is, there's no understanding between...
Do you love him?
I do not attempt to deny that I think very highly of him, that I greatly esteem him, that I like him.
Esteem him, like him. Use those insipid words once again and I will leave this room assisted.
Very well, very well. Forgive me. I believe my feelings to be stronger than I have declared, but furthermore, you must not believe.
Is love a fancy or a feeling?
Go to bed. Have you gone completely mad? You have been playing a girl's part? Isn't there a proper man's part in the story? No, sorry, this can't continue.
Oh, please, look at them. I think it's working. Don't mind him. He's just very nervous. We'll pick up from where we left off. How long have you known?
Since the evening Mrs. Jennings offered to take us to London.
But why didn't you tell me?
Lucy told me in strictest confidence. I couldn't break my word.
But Edward loves you.
Oh, he made me no promises. He tried to tell me about Lucy.
He cannot marry her.
Oh, won't you have him treat her? Even worse than Willoughby has treated you?
No, would I have him marry where he does not love?
Edward made his promise a long time ago. Long before he even met me. Though he may harbor some regret, I believe he will be happy. After all, the idea of one's happiness depending entirely on one person is bewitching, and not always possible.
Always resignation and acceptance. Always prudence and honor and duty. Eleanor, where is your heart? Oh, what do you know of my heart? What do you know of anything but your own suffering?
No. Sorry. Still not working. Never took off, actually. Sorry.
No. We cannot act.
We cannot act.
All this is true.
All this is true.
But we can sing and dance all day through. We finally know that this is our show. And it seems that's all we can do. We're grateful to you, 'cause you have been kind. Thanks for your patience and for your time. Tell us goodbye, and we will too. 'Cause it seems that's all we can do. Thank you.
The second finalist duet, comic, is from Kosteas Gitonas. Numbers 298, 301, Marcos Kostadinidis, Christina Ligdopoulou.
You're late? Again?
Well, I'm an actor. I'm supposed to be a diva.
And I'm a director. I have lots of things going on, you know. One, make a movie with you in the starring role.
Why me?
Because you're not expensive. 2, get money. 3, get a boyfriend.
Good luck with that.
4, get another boyfriend.
Why another boyfriend?
Because one is not enough.
The making of success. Success.
Money.
Success.
Money.
Success.
Okay. You.
Me?
Dude, you're alone. So, let's take the thing I have sent you just to help you get into character. I'll ask and you'll answer. I will do the girl. Where were you?
I was walking the dog.
For 3 days?
Okay, fine. I needed some time to think.
Think about what, Jerry?
About everything. Tracy?
You know what? I need something more spectacular and exotic. Where were you?
I was walking a pet elephant, you know.
Your pet elephant?
Well, yes, in my country, beautiful India, Calcutta, you
no,
little
no.
hall. You walk a pet elephant and go, hey, dangere, 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 hip, hip. And then the elephant go, ahoya, ahoya. And then you do the typical ocean movement. The Brahmaputra, the Brahmaputra, the Brahmaputra. And then the girl go, hi, you want to hard, you want hard, madiri. Hoy, dangere, danda, dangere, hip, hip, dangere, danda, dangere, hip, hip, dangere, danda, dangere, hip.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cut. What was that?
Exotic.
No. That was a bit too Bollywood and happy. I need something, I don't know, manlier, more brutal.
Okay, I can do brutal.
Where were you?
I was wherever I wanted, because Dmitry Ganya does not report to anybody. But I will tell you what I was doing. I was with the other comrades at the famous bar, the sexy Soviet. The sexy Soviet. And while I was drinking my second vodka, budget. So while drinking vodka, I was singing the famous Russian song. Hey! Oh. Hey! Because General Dmitry Uganev is what every communist wants. That was better, right?
No, it wasn't good enough. Forget about the Russian. I need drama. People want drama. Give me drama. Where were you?
Well, Cecilia.
What?
Cecilia. I was at the headquarters. Cecilia. I was at the headquarters of the GQ. I heard you the first time. Of the GQBCFE Corporation, where I met the CEO. Hi, Maximilian de Hulst. And he informed me about your illicit relationship with his mother. No. With his mother's friend. No. With his mother's friend's daughter's cousin's boyfriend. Augustus Bubbleton.
And I know all about you. Nathaniel McThomas and Belinda
Wait,
Roosevelt.
again. Bubbleton.
And I know all about you. Nathaniel McThomas and Belinda Roosevelt. Maximilian de Hulst's wife.
How dare you, like creature!
You idiot! The slap noise. Slap noise! I'm out of here, Nathaniel.
No, Cecilia, don't. Now go. Personally, I think this was great.
Sit down.
Now what?
Okay. I
believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
I believe that the main problem was that it was lacking passion and stuff.
Well, I believe there's other kinds of films for passion and stuff.
Not that kind of passion.
Is that kind of passion?
This is not passion. This is passion.
Hey, I'm the star.
Okay. Forget about that. Tell me something you're good at.
I know. Sign language.
Great, show me.
Greek Sign Language.
Never mind. You weren't so energetic. Be louder!
Okay.
Where were you?
Guardi, tu dite qua, Giovanni, qualcosa Giovanni, where were you? Giovanni, tua puttanesca ready. Giovanni, why don't I tell my best friend naked in our bed? I can't do this, you know? I can't stand this, you know?
What was that?
I improvised.
You were Donatella again, weren't you?
Donatella, your best friend? Of course not. I was Francesca, her sister. It doesn't get louder than that.
I hope not. But still, we must go with something less joyful. Something darker.
Cantate do-do-do-do, ah, do-do-do-do.
Give me an essence of greatness. Where were you?
Who said that? Who?
What are you?
Ah, dinosaur! Ah! Chicken!
Is anybody there?
No. Zombie!
Wait! Ah!
Wait! Ah! I see that. Oh! Whoop, 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 whoop. I see that the people.
Okay, let's come down here.
So?
Listen to me. I'm sure your role will be great. I don't know if it will be because of the marvelous script, the groundbreaking direction, or your not so great performance. But I'm sure that it will grasp the interest of the average viewer. That is why I want you to have an acting style humble, but yet overwhelming. Oh, and you're not getting paid. Thank you.
Hey! We're not finished! Now we are.
Okay. The third duet is from Anatolia. Ioannis Tsitsiplamis, Cornelia Gianni.
Dr. Rose, open up! I'm your 6 foot appointment! Ow, my teeth! Dr. Rose, open up! Dr. Rose!
All right, I heard you. This is Teeth by Tina Howe. Still with me?
Uh-huh.
You've heard his Goldberg variations, haven't you? Unbelievable! Sorry about that. All right, Amy, you can rinse. Glenn Gould. Glenn Gould is the penultimate Bach keyboard artist of the century, period. Open, please. Nobody else can touch him. Wanda Ladowska, Rosalind Turek, Trevor Pinnock. Forget it. Anders Schiff, Hugo Kibnes, Anthony Newman. No contest. Listen to the man. The elegance of his phrasing, the clarity of his touch, the joy! Sorry about that. Afraid I slipped. Open. Hear how he hums along in a different key. The man can contain himself. You know, you're my third patient. No, make that fourth. That has pulled out a filling with candy this week. What was the culprit again?
Yeah, hi.
Almond Raka?
With or honey?
Chupa Chups.
With or honey? With or honey?
Yup, Southwater Taffy will do it every time. All right, Amy, the worst is over now. You can rinse. Hey, don't break my bowl on me. Now, where did I put that little probe? I can't seem to hold on to anything these days. Where are you? Where are you? Ah, here it is. All right, Amy, let's just take one more last look before we fill you up. Open. Amy, you're still grinding your teeth at night, aren't you? You have to wear that rubber guard I gave you.
But I can't breathe when it's on.
I know it takes getting used to, but you're doing irreparable damage to your supportive bone layer, and once that goes... All right, Amy, let's just whip up a temporary filling and get you out of here.
Dr. Rose, can I ask you something?
Of course! Today is March 21st, Buck's birthday.
I've been having this recurring nightmare.
I love that piece. I used to sing it in college. Mind if I turn it up?
I just wondered if you've heard it before.
Eine feste Burg ist unser Gott. Eine gute Wehr und Waffen. Whoops!
I have it at least 3 times a week now.
You know, I came this close to becoming a music major. This close!
I wake up exhausted with my whole jaw throbbing.
All right, let's just open up this little bottle of cement.
You know, the old teeth granulating on you dream.
You're at a party, flashing a perfect smile, when suddenly you hear a splintering sound as if someone is smashing teacups in the next room. Pink, thunk, crack, tinkle, tinkle. Well, someone is having a good time, you say to yourself, expecting to see some maniac swinging a sledgehammer. So you casually look around, but of course, there is no maniac. Then you feel these prickly shards sticking to your lips. You try and brush them away, but suddenly your mouth is filled with them. You can't spit them out fast enough.
God damn it!
People are starting to stare. You try to save face. Well, what do you know? I seem to have taken a bite out of my teacup. Silly me.
Goddamn son of a gun! What's going on here?
What I want to know!
Is this some kind of conspiracy or what?
Why me? What did I do?
They must wear these tops on.
Then I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror.
Think you can outsmart me?
You got it! My teeth are peeling out of my mouth in little pieces. I frantically try to mush them back in, but there's nothing to hold on to. They're granulating on me. My mouth is a blaze of gum. We're talking pink for miles. Magellan staring over the Pacific Ocean during a sunset in 1620. Pink, pink, pink. What does it mean is what I'd like to know. I mean, teeth are supposed to last forever, right? They hold out to floods, fires, earthquakes, wars. The one part of us that endures.
Open, damn it!
If they granulate on you, where does that leave you? Nowhere!
Open! Please! Pretty lovely medicine, please! Precious!
You could have been rain or wind, all anybody knows. That's Sherry. 1 minute, you're laughing at a party, and the next you've evaporated into thin air. Remember Amy? Gee, I wonder whatever happened to her.
Gosh, it suddenly got enough of chilly here. Where's that wind coming from?
I mean, we're not around for that long as it is, so that suddenly... I'm sorry. It's just that I have some long-standing fear of death. You know, time going on forever and ever and ever. And you're not there. That's pretty scary. We're not talking about a few measly centuries here, but all time. Dinosaurs, camel trains, cities, holy wars, boom! And back to dinosaurs again. Camel trains, cities, holy wars, boom, dinosaurs, camel trains, cities. Stop it, Amy, stop it, stop it.
I can't open this bottle!
Dr. Rose, what are you doing down there?
I've tried everything.
What's wrong?
I can't open it.
Oh, here, let me try.
I'm afraid I'm having a breakdown.
I'm good at this kind of thing.
You know, for some time now I just can't.
Here you go.
You should never do that.
What?
Open the bowl with your teeth.
I do it all the time.
Teeth are very fragile. They're not meant to be used as tools.
Sorry.
I just can't believe how some people mistreat them. We're only given one set of permanent teeth in a lifetime. One! And that's it.
I won't do it again, I promise.
Species flourish and disappear. Only our teeth remain. Open! You must respect them. Take care of them. Why haven't bothered talking about it? No one ever listens to me anyway. Wider. All right, let's fill this baby up and get you out of here. So, how is work these days?
It's alright.
Same old rat race, huh?
What is that tune? It sounds so familiar.
A mighty fortress is our God.
Right. I used to sing it in Sunday school 100 years ago.
Actually, Bach stole the melody from Martin Luther.
Mighty fortress is our God.
Und kann das tun haben. Thank you.
Well, the fourth duet is from Mandoulet the Schools. Βαγγέλης Χιλιαδάς, ο Νίκης Βασιλείου.
We would like to present to you our first rehearsal of Act Without Words 1 by Samuel Beckett.
Act without words?
Act Without Words.
Oh? Ah. Oh! Oh. Wow. Whoa.
And fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see how spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
First day of the rehearsal.
Oh,
you must be the
director? Actor.
Director. So you are the actor.
Director.
I guess we should start.
Start.
Our first rehearsal. We only have 2 weeks, and you know the play, of course.
Well,
what?
Not.
No what?
Not really.
Not really what?
Not really yet.
And?
Oh.
Ow! Ew! Sam, this is Jill. No, I don't know his name.
Bill.
But he just said that he doesn't know the play, and with only 2 weeks of... Okay, you're the boss. No, you're not the boss, you're the writer. You bet. Bye. Sam wants spontaneity. Sam wants freshness, and I guess you're it.
I can be fresh.
Not that kind of fresh. Well, you are a good specimen.
No, you don't be getting fresh.
Let's start. Your name is...
Bill.
Okay, my name is...
Jill.
How do you...
I heard you on the phone with Sam. You know Sam?
Do I know Sam? Do I know Sam? Of course I do. I'm his director. And you know Sam?
Of course I do. I'm his actor.
Your name again?
Bill. Bill and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water.
You don't know the play. At least you know the title. The title is Act Without Words.
Act without words?
You're gonna be good.
One thing you should know. I'm a song and dance man. I sing, I dance, Fly me to the moon and let me play.
Act Without Words Without dance, without song.
Without dance, without song. What kind of play is that? Boring.
Places, everybody.
Everybody?
Well, you know what I mean. Just take a seat. The script.
The script.
Desert.
Desert.
Dazzling light.
Dazzling light.
Fall.
Fall.
Whistle.
Whistle.
Do you understand?
I understand. One thing you should know. When I say I understand, it doesn't mean I agree. It doesn't mean I understand. It doesn't even mean I'm listening.
Let's get this started.
I understand.
Desert.
Desert.
Act without words. Desert. Dazzling light.
Dazzling light.
Dazzling light. Fall. Na. Again. Fall. I said fall. No, jump and fall.
I'm just a song and dance man.
Well, now you're a song, dance, and fall off the chair, man.
I will not take this abuse. I'm living.
Promise?
What?
Just kidding.
Oh.
Whistle.
Whistle?
Whistle?
Well, you know, I'm not really very... I can't.
You can't whistle. I'll show you. No. Now you got it! Let's get serious. Sit down. Look, it's Sam's play. Samuel Beckett. He won the Nobel.
Noble Schnoble.
What did you say?
Noble Snowball.
Say that again.
Noble Snowball.
That's it. That's the essence of the play. Of all of Beckett's, of all of existentialism, waiting for Godot alone in the cold universe. Such the je ne sais quoi of Camus, as Sisyphus rolling a giant snowball uphill and it keeps melting. Brilliant! Why? It's even relevant to global warming. Why? Beep! So now you're a song, dance, and chicken man? I've seen everything.
Everything. The chicken. I can. A Roomba. Besame mucho. I can rock and roll at 5, 6, and you're not too bad at hell, dog. Applying all time. But most of all, I can tango. Ba-rum, ba-rum, ba-ra-ra-ra-ra-rum. Ba-ra-ra-ra-ra-rum. Ba-ra-ra-ra-ra. Ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra-rum. Ba-ra-ra-ra-ra-rum. Ba-rum.
Let's forget Beckett. Let's do
Yes?
Bernard Shaw.
Bernard Shaw.
Yes, Pygmalion, My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady.
The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain.
The plane.
I think I've got it.
I think she's got it. I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night and still have danced some more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things and still have asked for more.
More?
We're getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime.
Get me to the church.
Get me to the church.
Get me to the
church on time. Thank you.
Well, our fifth and final duet is from St. Lawrence. Jenna Emilus Rosie Vori, I'm not so sure know the name.
Ready? Hansel!
And Gretel!
A children's story.
So it seems on the surface.
But underneath, the implications are
They're mind-boggling.
stupefying.
And most definitely
Open to interpretation.
by Ken Bradbury. Oh, Hansel! What a lovely day!
Yeah, except for the fact our mother died, our father remarried to a very wicked woman who claims we eat too much, and thus sends dear Daddy out in the woods to leave us to starve. Other than that, it's a wonderful day.
But look, Hansel, I have brought this handful of breadcrumbs, which I have been dropping, thus assuring us we can find our way back.
You truly are a wonderful sister.
I know.
Unfortunately, you're not a very smart one.
I didn't know that.
Look, the birds have eaten all your bread.
Oh, crumb!
But look! There's a house made of candy!
Where? Tell me where. Tell me where.
This way.
Look, Hansel! A house made of candy!
Yeah, let's eat that.
Before dinner?
We are the victims of neglect.
We are.
We may do as we wish.
Amen, brother. Let's go eat. Nom, 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 nom. Look, Hansel! A wicked witch! She's tangled! She's going in a cage to fasten you, and she's nearly blind!
Never fear, Gretel. Each day I shall stick this chicken bone out of the cage and she comes to steal my finger. She says she'll throw me in the oven when I get fat enough, but I have fooled her.
Oh, Hansel! Now she wants me to stick my head in the oven to see if it is hot enough. I shall ask her to stick her head in, Hansel.
Good thinking, Gretel.
Ding! There, she's dead.
End of story.
Hooray!
But since it's also rather a dull story,
And we are still more than 5 minutes away from our time minimum.
let us suppose that this untidy tale was a murder mystery.
Bum, bum, bum,
It was a cool Friday in the forest. I was working day watch on the homicide division. My name is Hansel. I'm a cop. Name?
Gretel.
Who's dead broad?
A witch.
A witch?
A witch.
Great. How'd she die?
I killed her.
With what?
An oven.
You hit her with an oven?
I shoved her in. I cooked her.
Great. Another 934. That's the witch killing I've had this week.
This ain't no copycat crime, officer. It was my own idea. She deserved it.
Most witches do. Got any witnesses?
The chicken bone over there?
A chicken bone?
Yeah.
Okay. These breadcrumbs yours? We found them in the forest.
Those?
I'm gonna have to dig down to the station.
Great. But how would Shakespeare have dealt with this? Hansel, Hansel, my dear Hansel, why art thou so downcast?
Oh, Gretel, dearest of sisters, 'tis thou wicked witch that hath entombed me. Look it, for even now she does come to check my finger.
Oh, most wretched of women, oh, I shall give thee double thy toil.
Oh, get off it! She wants to cook meat. Hark, for even now she bendeth over to check her cauldron. Listen to it boil, Gretel. Do not ask for whom it boils. It boils for me. Quick, do the deed now, or she turneth away but a bit.
To shove or not to shove? That is the question.
Shove it now! Please shove it!
When it is nobler in the mind to for the gripes and groans of yon whining brother.
Shove it now, for even now she turns to
Hansel, Hansel, wherefore art thou Hansel? A
What better stuff am I than her if into the oven thither she goeth?
Gretel, I'm burning!
Burn, burn, my conscience burns with thoughts so grieved and maddened, to push, to pull, and then alas, to shove no more.
I'm dead.
All's well that ends well. Alas, I knew him well, which now lieth he is still as potash on Flanders field.
Unsatisfying, to say the least.
I mean, there must be a more modern way of doing this.
The soap opera. Gret!
Yes, her!
You killed her! You killed her! Dirk and Donna told me I couldn't trust you!
But she was about to kill you!
Don't lie to me! As soon as I found out about Shannon's amnesia and that I was her long-lost brother who had the faceless in New York while staying at the Staffen Daffen!
That was Bo and Derek!
Who told you that?
Bart and Shannon!
Not Luke and Jessica!
Not according to Abby and
Do you mind if we stop? I really hate this.
Me too.
Musical comedy! Oh, what a beautiful morning.
The bird of paradise just stole my bread.
But it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Look, a big rock candy mountain.
There is someone walking behind you. Turn around, turn around.
Whenever I feel afraid, I hold my head up high. If I had the wings of an angel, over these bars I'd fly.
Well, hello, witchy. Well, hello, witchy. It's so nice to shove you in where you belong. Ding dong, the witch is dead, the wicked witch is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead, the wicked witch is dead.
But this is also shallow.
Meaningless.
We must go deeper, deeper into the meaning of the piece.
Hansel?
Yes, Gretel?
That bread?
Yes.
That bread I scattered along the path. I don't know what came over me, Hansel. It's like I wanted us to get lost.
Oh, Gretel, I understand.
I understand? Now, what does he mean by that? He's never trusted me, just because I'm a woman. He feels threatened by me. I know he does. I knew you would.
I knew you would. She's taking me for granted again. She always wants to relate with me somehow when she knows it's a part of my manliness to keep my feelings to myself. Doesn't she know that men are from Mars? When you drain us of our feelings, we have nothing left. Thank you.
Thank you? Now what's he want? Everything's a ploy with him, a gimmick. He uses words like a tool. If he can't dominate, then there is nothing left of him. How can I ever truly discover who I am as long as I'm...
Stop!
Thank goodness.
I wonder what she meant by that.
It's over.
Oh.
So the story ends.
We have one dead witch, 2 hyperactive children overdose on sucrose, an oven that can't be used again for cookies, and a father who has a lot of explaining to do.
Unsatisfying.
Unbelievable.
But
open to interpretation. Thank you.
There is one honorable mention from Hive. Νεφέλη Ιωάννου, Λίδα Ξανθή Κατοπόδη. Congratulations to all of you.
I would like you please to stay here so we can move on. Now, Ms. Fern de Lianis, the PFA president, has some announcements to make. Sorry, I wanted to thank the judges, Alexandros Vamboukos from ACS, Ann Peters from St. Catherine's, and Eva Simatu from Pierce.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations to everyone on a wonderful tournament. And now that the finals are over, we move into the time when we recognize lots of different kinds of achievement. I'm going to talk to you about the team that represented Greece this year at WSDC, that's World Schools Debating Championship in Turkey, for 10 days at the end of January, beginning of February. And as I mention the names of the team members and all of the people that worked with him, I'd appreciate if you'd stand up to be recognized. The members of the team were Angelo Palivos. Can you stand up? Team captain. Amy Norton Rubbo. Can you remain standing? Amy? Is she here? I don't see her. Despina Karounis. Christiana Papadakis. Please remain standing. Andrea Satanasopoulos. The adjudicators and the team manager, Iriana Kuri, please stand. I understand Nick Escastillo is not here, is that correct? And Akis Katis, also not here. And their coach, Kalina Bazli. This year's team representing Greece broke to octofinals, having won 6 out of 8 debates. So let's congratulate them on their dedication, their hard work, and for maintaining the great reputation that Greece has acquired over the last 10 years on a world scale. Despite their pressing commitments, they practiced non-stop from October, demonstrating the very high standard of debate in Greece. And speaking of that, the other good news is that there's going to be another summer debate camp organized by the PFA and coached by members of the WSDC coaching team, as well as some great coaches coming from abroad. The dates have been set for Friday, June 28th to Monday, July 1st, and Nergen Yazididis has offered to host this 4-day intensive debate training, which will cater to debaters at all levels. So beginners, this is a good place to start, right through to experienced debaters. This is a great opportunity for all of you that already love debate, all of you that think that you might love debate, would like to try debate, to spend 3 days with your friends and honing your skills for next year. So all the information you need is already on the PFA site. That's www.pfa.gr. The information that you need, and there's already a link. Registration is open, so please, we'd like to see lots of you there this summer. Thanks.
Thank you, Fern. I would like to call our Vice President of Secondary Education, Mr. Theodore Filaritos, to address the audience.
On behalf of Anatolia College, I'd like to thank everyone for being here. You've been a great crowd. Congratulate everyone who took part in the tournament, not only in the finals, but in the whole tournament. Congratulate the winners to be, and wish everyone a safe journey home. See you next year in Athens, and in 4 years again in Thessaloniki. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Filaritos. Well, as we come to the forensics final ceremony each year, there are always so many things to say and never enough time to say them. So I started earlier making up a list of things to say and people to thank, and anyone who's been on this side and on that side knows that it's a long one. So I stopped and I realized that there were too many things to say and too many airplanes and trains to catch and so many people to thank. So I know that there have been many, many people working for so many weeks and months, and you all know that. I hope you can appreciate that, to make this tournament a reality for you. For all of you, the participants. You have shown us in these days here, your coaches, teachers, your friends, your family, your parents, that it's all well worth it from our point of view. You have shown such great talent and such potential, not only in forensics, but as future adults. Really, you were described by one independent judge who approached me yesterday as the light and inspiration of the future. She said, the light at the end of the tunnel in times like these in which we're living. So, what would you like to hear now? I think what you would like to hear now is that there are no more long speeches. Okay. Let me just say, I have to say a really, really huge thank you to our administration, our teachers, our faculty, all the staff, our former colleagues, our Anatolia students, our alumni, and many more who devoted many hours of their time to help organize and run this tournament. There are some people whose names I must mention, though, because there are 2 tab rooms without whom we could not have survived even 1 hour in this tournament. I would like to ask you just to stand up, if you're not already standing up, tab room people. Ms. Lida Andoniu, head of the debate tab room, and Ms. Lana de Beer-Hurd and Mr. Dimitris Kotsias assisting her. The head of the sweepstakes tab room, Ms. Lambrini Koufaki, with Mr. Vasilis Savaridis and assisted by Mr. George Vlisidis, and other assistants, Ms. Maria Nikas, Ms. Jeanette Nikas, and Ms. Vayana Fotakivi. On behalf of everyone at Anatolia College and everyone here, I'm sure, thank you for your invaluable calculations and the unforgettable moments of comfort that you have offered us in the many moments of distress that we have experienced. I think we're ready to begin with the first award. The first award is a very special award that is given in memory of our beloved colleague and forensics coach, Pat Kastritsis. I would like to call a very special former colleague and a very, very special close friend who has always been very special, a very special part of forensics of Anatolia College, and was a very, very dear friend of Pat, to present this special award this year. Miss Helen Tavansis, can I call you up to the stage, please? The Pat Kastritsis Award is given to a participant who, in the opinion of the school head coaches, is deemed to display all the fine qualities that we remember Pat for. It is awarded to a student who embodies the spirit of forensics, like Pat did. Dedication, helpfulness, sincerity, cooperation, and especially the sense of fair play. I would like you to know that it is always, always a very difficult choice because there are so many of you this year and every year that we have seen that display these fine qualities. This year, the Pat Kastritsis Award goes to Mirtov Lazaki from the Moraiti School. Congratulations, Mirto. At this time, to present the First Among Equals plaques, I would like to call to the stage Ms. Fern Delianis, the Pan-Hellenic Forensics Association Tournament President, Ms. Sofia Nikoloudaki, the PFA Vice President, and Mr. John Blastaras, the PFA Treasurer. Would you please come to the stage? For practical reasons, I'm going to shift things just a little bit. I would like to call Ms. Helen Koliais, the Chief Adjudicator of Debate, and Ms. Lita Undernew, the Debate Tab Room Coordinator, to announce the debate results. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to announce the 10 best debate speakers of this tournament. Starting with number 10, Andreas Athanasopoulos from High. Andrea, please stand up. Thanks. Tied in this place, Anatolia Vagelis Halatsis. Vageli, please stand. In 9th place, from Anatolia, John Skourtis. In 8th place, from Kosteas Gitonas, Christopoulou Krina. In 7th place, from Anatolia, Nicoleta Alexopoulou. In 6th place, from St. Lawrence, Arieta Valmas. In 5th place, from St. Lawrence, Despina Karvouni. Tied in 3rd place, from St. Lawrence, Amy Norton Rumbo. And from Hythe, Christiana Papadakis. I have 2 more. In 2nd place, from Moraitis Myrto Vlazaki. And finally, in 1st place, the best debater of this tournament was St. Lawrence, Angelo Palivo. Angelo, would you please come up here? Now Ms. Koliais will announce the debate final results.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before I do, a piece of jewelry was found. I'm not telling you what's in here. You can tell me what it is if you want to claim it. And it will be left with Miss Ellen Broistopoulou. So anyway, please make yourself known to her if you find that you've lost this. Okay, I'm going to open this envelope, and I'm now going to announce, but without much adjudication, because I'm told we don't have any time whatsoever. We had a great final, we thought. The judges really enjoyed the debate, and the fact that it was close is shown by the fact that it was a split decision. But decisions have to be made, and 5 judges are quite sure of their choice. And so the debate cup is going to the team opposition from Hythe. So can you please come on the stage to collect your awards? Congratulations to the team from Hythe. We also want to present awards to the other finalist team, so please will the team from Waiitis come to the stage for their awards as well.
So I'll start again. Hello? Sorry. I'll start again. Rewind. At this time, to present the First Among Equals plaques, I would like to call to the stage those who have approached. Ms. Fern Delianis, the Pan-Hellenic Forensics Association Tournament President, Ms. Sofia Nicoloudaki, the PFA Vice President, and Mr. John Vlastaras, the PFA Treasurer. Ready, guys? Okay. So, the First Among Equals plaque for original oratory is awarded to number 140, Anna Sulele from Pierce. I'd like to go on for the sake of time. The First Among Equals plaque for group discussion is awarded to number 324, Sava Sferopoulos from Pinewood. The First Among Equals plaque for impromptu speaking is awarded to number 139, Komninos John Klaus from Pierce. The First Among Equals plaque for oral interpretation of literature dramatic. Oral interpretation of literature dramatic is awarded to number 380, Tamsin Paternoster from St. Lawrence. The First Among Equals plaque for oral interpretation of literature comic is awarded to number 193, Alexandra Paivana from Heights. The first among equals plaque for duet acting, dramatic, is awarded to numbers 371 and 392, Gerasimos Lorandas and Nikos Zarikos, St. Lawrence. And the first among equals plaque, the first among equals plaque for duet acting comic is awarded to number 248 and 251, Yanis Ziziplanis and Cornelia Jonathan, Anatolia College. Before we announce the sweepstakes cups, could I please remind all school head coaches to pick up from the front of the stage, just come over to me at the end, before you leave, please. You're to pick up your school's envelope with your critique sheets, and you will find the sweepstakes rating inside. All the other documents will be sent to you by email. Now, for the sweepstakes cups, to present the sweepstakes cups, I would like to call to the stage Dr. Panayotis Vlachos, the president of Anatolia College. Mr. Theodore Filaritos, our vice president of secondary education. And Ms. Ellen Prostopoulos, head of student services and the forensics tournament coordinator. Yeah. You know what you're doing? Yeah. Okay, I need you to listen, please. Thank you. If you could please wait, it won't take more than 2 minutes. There was a tie for second place with two schools that had five finalists each, obviously. The tie was broken by counting the number of honorable mentions. So, the third place cup goes to Anatolia College.
Everybody in third, Legion and IB2, come down and get it. I will give it to you down here. Paul, you can go on.
Yep. The second place cup goes to the Hellenic American Educational Foundation. And with 9 finalists, the first place cup goes to St. Lawrence College. quiet. Helen from the other. Yes, okay.
Someone left their wallet.
Wait, I need to, excuse me. Someone has left a wallet if you'd like to approach me at the end. I would like to wish you all a safe trip back and to see you next year at the Hellenic American Educational Foundation. Goodbye. We hope you enjoyed the tournament.
We did it was great. I called you up and then we got No, don't worry. I have forgotten that you didn't. Thanks, the video. Excellent. Thank you. Yes, where is it?
Please, everyone stay in your seats. We get a video with photos that should be played. So if you can, please stay. Whoever can stay, please do so.
Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she's waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can look right at the sun. No, I know that I'm not always your guy. Like I said, I just thought maybe we could find a way to fall apart. But our friends are back, so let's raise the tide. 'Cause I found someone to carry me home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.